Okay, guys, so we've looked at the URL, google.com/ blah, 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 blah. In this case, the jsonplaceholder.typecode.com. This is the root domain. Don't forget, this is the path to do /1. It could be, you're all familiar with URLs, right? So the root domain, then /this. We've looked at that. We've looked at the methods. I talked about the get method for getting, the post method for posting, the put method for updating, and the delete method for deleting. There is something else we'll be looking at, which is the headers, right? HEADERS, the headers. And the headers are very useful as additional meta information about the request. So I want the backend to know that, hey, this is the URL, right? This is the URL, right? This is the method, right? I want to know that it's DME that is sending these requests. How do I put it? One way is I put it as part of the request URL, but I mean, the URL starts to look very weird and funky and annoying and ugly. So one place I can sneak it in is the headers of the request. So almost every request has an header attached to it. So let's take a look at the paystack documentation. Once again, you would see, let's fetch customers. So under the list customers, you can see list customer is a get request. Remember why it's a get request? Because of your getting. In fact, let me even show you. List customer is a get request. Create customer. What do you think create customer will be? Pause here and guess it. Create customer will be what? So let's see. It's a post request. Right? Update customer will be what? It's a put request. And there's no deactivate. There's no delete here. People don't used to delete things. Talk about that. People don't used to delete things on the internet. Everything you put on the internet is never deleted. No one deletes on the internet, by the way. Just so you know. Quick tip. So back to list customer, you can see, before I got distracted, I was talking about headers. There are headers here. Let me use Node. And these headers contain information about your secret key, your API key, and your secret, so that paystack knows that, oh, you are the one making this request. Your customers you are requesting for, not Tamedu's customer or Biliki customer or Debenadi's customer. It's your own customer you're requesting for, right? So you append it to the headers. If you have a user token, your authorization key, your secret key, paystack might give you some of them you add it to your own. Many of this information are appended to the headers. All right, so every request has an header. We are going to be working with headers too. We'll attach the headers. No, I'm not sure we do much work with headers actually. But yeah, when you are trying to integrate maybe identification with Smile ID and they tell you this is the API key and secret, chances are your developers are going to put in it within the headers, not in the URL or in the method. There are other components of a REST API, but that's where we'll be stopping for now. Let's dive into the practical. See you.